We're back with the bad vibe. Dwight and Jeremy.
Yep. It's been a hiatus.
It's been a while.
Don't sing again.
No.
Really?
I've sang on.
We're going to get sued.
What do you think?
They're like, hold on. It's not because you're singing. It's because you were singing.
What percentage of episodes do you think I've sang on?
I don't know.
55, 60?
Probably only like 8.
8%?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's not that bad. I mean, like, it's bad, but it's not,
I gotta start picking my numbers up.
It's not that bad.
Next
I know
week,
you sing on one of the last ones, or maybe both.
Well, you know where people often sing? Churches. Did you hear about the cathedral at Notre Dame?
What are both of those?
You must have heard.
What are both of those?
Well, sometimes when I bring up...
Something caught on fire or something, right?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Sometimes I'll bring up something that's like in the news and you're like, what is that? And I'm like, you have to know.
That's that dude with the bad back, right?
What?
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. Did somebody have a bad back that started a fire?
Yeah.
Oh, the hunchback of Notre Dame. Yeah, so this cathedral is like, it's really old and it has all this like fancy artwork in it and shit. And I guess it's, you know how like the Sistine Chapel is...
Those are Catholic people.
Catholic, yeah.
Okay.
You know the Sistine is like Michelangelo painted the ceiling and all that shit? It's like that. It's got all that crazy artwork in it and stuff.
He painted there too?
I don't know if he did or not, but somebody painted it. And they were doing renovations.
It's the Sistine Chapel, right? People say the 16th Chapel, right?
16th, yeah.
The 17th. Okay.
So it burned down, and it didn't actually. I remember thinking that it was like real, like, you know, because they're like people were devastated. They raised $700 million to fix it in like 2 days. Like, what? Like, where's the?
Well, they raised $7 million.
$700 million.
$700 million to rebuild this thing?
To like fix it. Like, it didn't destroy it.
They're not going to be able to get the paintings back, though. Right?
No, but I don't think it even fucked it up that bad.
What are they going to do with all that money?
I mean, I don't know.
Build a new one?
I think it'll probably go to like defense funds for like priests that have been fucking boys.
Yeah.
But
or to just buy them new boys.
You can get pretty good boys for $700 million.
With that much money, they might be able to clone the one they really like, right? They're like, hey, you should have this one. He's worn out.
You can get a boy that stays 10 and tight forever.
He's pretty fucking worn out. Let's make some more, right? They're just cloning little boys.
So, there was like a big thing about it, like, oh, it burned. But it really was, the pictures and the videos looked bad, but it didn't really burn up that much important stuff. I think it burned up a lot of like scaffolding and like renovation.
How did it burn down?
It was something to do with like a fire that started because of the renovations. They're like, we gotta fix it, and then it's like, like, now we have to fix it. If you believe in God, though, okay, so if you are part of that church, then that means you believe in God, and you like believe that God controls everything, and then your church burns down. What do you think God's trying to tell you? Not rebuild. It's like He doesn't want the church there.
Yeah.
I mean, surely God started the fire, right?
God always burning since the world's been turning.
He's like, we didn't start the fire. So when you saw the videos, it looked like real bad. But then remember there was these. I don't know if you saw it, but there were these pictures, and it was like people were like, "It's like a miracle. This cross didn't burn." It's like, first of all, if it didn't burn completely down, just randomly, some stuff didn't burn. Like, some stuff did, some stuff didn't. I'm sure some crosses burned.
Maybe it was all the flaming homosexuals what you saw. That's what you see there, right?
What if they started a fire by non-lubed butt sex? Too much friction?
Candles, getting knocked over.
The little boy had some fight in him.
He does it now, right?
You know what's funny?
He's got something else in there.
If you make fun of that, like the priest stuff,
every time we talk about something, it ends up going to something's getting fucked.
And
right?
usually
it's either a dude or it's like
it's never normal. Like
usually dude.
We're never like, oh, beautiful, this couple was in love having sex. Yeah. It's never anything like that. It's always something fucked up.
The wind blows and the curtain moves.
Yeah, there's no wind and curtains.
But
it's always something fucked up. But if you make fun of a Catholic about that type of shit, like the priest stuff, there's nothing they can say. Like, it's not, no, it didn't happen, it's a setup. Like, everybody knows it did for years and years, like hundreds of years, I guess. And it's like, they're just like, yeah, I know. Like, yeah, but you're giving money to that organization. They're like, yeah, but they do a lot of good too. And it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, do you use that? And other people will boycott. Remember, you probably don't, but like a year or so ago, some TV, some guy on like Fox News said something like racist or something like that. Mm-hmm. And then this, those coffee makers, Keurig, or however you say it, Keurig?
Yeah.
They stopped advertising on the show because he said something bad, whatever, racist or something. And then the people who liked him, like the hardcore Trump-loving people, they were like showing all these videos where they're like, I'll never buy these coffee makers, and they're shooting them and busting them and shit. It's like,
when was this?
This was like a year ago, I guess. But what's funny, it's the same thing with Nike. The Nike, everybody knows that. They had made a commercial with Colin Kaepernick.
Sports closing.
Closing.
They were closing. They opened back up.
But, and people were like burning their Nike shirts and cutting the emblems off their shirts and stuff. It's like people will boycott over like trivial shit, but then you won't boycott a church that has a pretty, like, I mean, it's not like a few bad apples. Like, it's institutionalized boy rape. So you never hear about people boycotting the Catholic Church. I mean, like, people that aren't Catholics talk shit down to them.
Boycotting. That's what they say it feels like inside there. Right? Boycotting. Oh shit. Yeah. Shit.
Damn. So So anyway, you hear people will boycott for like simple shit. I haven't eaten at Denny's for like coming up on 3 decades.
Yeah.
The reason doesn't really make sense to most people. But like, you never hear about people saying like, I'm not going to give another dime to the Catholic Church. People give $700 million to the Catholic Church. You know how much, like, if we started a religion and then we burned down one of our houses and we're like, oh, we need help, and got $700 million, like, that's a crazy chunk of money. I don't know how much it would cost to fix up the thing. I mean, it can't cost that much, right? Does anything cost that much to build?
$700 million.
It might have been 700,000, but I'm almost positive it was 700 million.
That's a big difference, dude. That's a huge difference. 700,000 seems pretty likely.
I've said it so much now. If it's 700,000, we're gonna delete this.
There's people around here that build like $1 million houses.
$1 million house.
But I mean, like, let's say like,
what if you built 700 of them?
What if it was like $700? Right?
I got it way off.
You're like, where'd I get million? You're like 700 or million. I mean, but 700 million.
Notre Dame Cathedral.
I mean, who had that much money just to donate? Almost $1 billion, if it's true.
Well, let's see.
Almost $1 billion.
I heard there were like 4 powerful reactions to the Notre Dame fire. Relics saved, $1 billion in donations pledged. $1 billion
fucking shit.
To fix some church. It looks fine in that picture. That might have been a picture before the fire. It looks nice.
Like, hold on, what do they? Like, why do they have to have it? Why can't you just build a new church?
Or there's a lot of churches.
A couple $1 million.
There's a lot of churches.
People like old shit though, dude.
But it isn't old.
It's not old?
No, it's old. But the shit you buy with $700 billion isn't old.
Hold on.
You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna buy old wood with all that money. You're gonna buy it like you're gonna go to Home Depot, new wood. Mm-hmm. Maybe they're old trees, but it says days before Easter Sunday, a major fire struck France's iconic Notre Dame Cathedral, eliciting shock and sadness. Yada yada yada. The fire several hours. In addition to outpouring condolences, my phone's like froze up or something. Mm. Okay, so I guess some of them did like they said pledged that much. So some of the money's already there, and some it's like, you know how like those kids are
Someone's like, oh, I'll give you $1 million to fix that thing.
We should call and say we'll give them money.
No, because come back and be like, hey, where's the money, man?
We'll just call and pledge $10 million.
Still, everything we own is still almost $1 million.
If me and you both sold everything we owned, except the clothes on our back, how much money would we have?
We'd still owe them very close to $1 million.
So let's say you sell your house for high end of what you could get for it. How much would you have left over? $30,000?
For what?
If you sold your house,
yeah,
for as much as like reasonably but high what you could get for it, you'd have about $30,000 left after you paid it off.
Maybe, yeah.
For me, something like that. So there's $60,000. Sell all of our vehicles. Now we're to what? 80? 90?
Yeah, but if we were to burn down our houses,
I think we could get $100 grand to send the church.
Insurance money, it would just pay off the house, and then
they would give us the money to pay off the house. We would give it to the church, and we'd be homeless.
Yeah.
But what I'm thinking is,
at least they'd have a nice church to.
Okay, well, here's my plan though, and I know we probably won't go through with it.
We will not. Whatever your plan may be.
Somebody needs to do it.
If it's to go get drinks at the store after this, I'm not going to do it.
We'll forget.
You know what I mean?
Somebody needs to call the cathedral or whatever. I guess phone lines are up and running. With that kind of money, it didn't take long to fix it. You call and you say, I'd like to donate. Call whatever organization and tell them I'd like to donate. And just give them, like look, I'm kind of middle class, but I'd like to donate a big chunk, like $50,000. It's going to be tough for me to get by, but I really want to help out the church. And see what they say. They should say, no, we have $1 billion. Keep your money and do whatever. But I bet they'd be like, bring it on. Because once you hit, $1 billion to build
some guy who goes over there, rings a bell. You know what I mean? Like, you know?
It's a telethon.
Whoever answers gets 10%.
They have like B-level celebrities answering the phone.
Oh, shit.
It's like the dude that plays Screech and like, you know what I mean?
Andrew Dice Gay. Right? It's a church, so.
But yeah, so $1 billion.
But fuck it.
Like, what would it take to build that church? There's no way it would take anywhere close to, I mean, to fix it up. Like, I was thinking like, 10, 15 million maybe. I don't know.
Matthew Perry's answering phones.
Yeah, shit like that.
Like, right, I was thinking like, that's a good
Luke
B-level.
Perry
like,
isn't.
You know what I mean?
Because he's dead.
Yeah.
You know what sucks is when Luke Perry died, I remember thinking like, uh-oh. Because he's a bit older than me, but I was like, he's good looking. He seemed like he was in good shape. He had like a stroke. He had like a fat guy thing killed him, and he's not fat. I'm like, if he
what
got
was it that killed him?
It's like a stroke or something. I was like, if he got it,
yeah,
I'm for sure
he'd be stroking.
The clock is ticking on me. Is he? What would you say? You wouldn't say he's a movie star, right? Or was?
Yeah.
What was he in?
I mean, he was in movies.
Yeah, in the 80s and 90s. But I'm saying, like, what was he doing?
Sometimes that's all that people really have to do. They do that, and they want to settle down. They had some money.
But he also was that good-looking, like, when he was on that show.
Kind of gay fast, man.
Yeah. When he was on that
show. But man.
But did you see his dick? When he was on that show, he was like 30, but he was playing like an 18-year-old. But so like women who are like in their 40s now liked him when they were teenagers.
Isn't that the guy that was on 90210?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was old as fuck. Mm-hmm. But women who were teenagers then are grown now and like him. But even girls, like high school or early 20s girls now, when they saw him, they probably were like, oh, he's like whatever. So he had that going for him. But I mean, he couldn't be like rich. We talked about it on an episode before, how I found out Matthew Lillard wasn't like a multimillionaire. Mm-hmm. And it like broke my heart. I was like, really? Yeah. He's not. I'll never be. I got super talented.
He's living check to check.
Yeah.
He's never in anything anymore, so he's not getting anywhere.
He does Scooby-Doo. He's probably in a bunch of shit.
Yeah, like cartoons and shit and video games. They make money doing that shit, too. I mean,
voiceover shit?
Yeah.
I think that's the way to go. You know Harlan Williams?
No, I don't.
You know who that is, right?
What that is?
Dude.
You said it like as if we went to school with him.
You didn't go to school with him. He's in movies. He was the cop that pulls him over and drinks the piss in Dumb and Dumber. That guy. Anyway.
Tic-Tac, sir?
Yeah, Harlan Williams.
That's his name?
Yeah. He is a voice on a cartoon that my son watches, Puppy Dog Pals. Okay. He's Bob. Shit, I dropped my lid.
Okay.
But you see that sometimes. You see these guys. I wonder, like, what is the benefit of them picking... Okay, so they got him to do that voice.
Yeah, because he's got a well-known voice.
Yeah, but what if they got you to do it? They could pay you half as much.
I wish.
Half as much. You can talk, read, and all that shit. Somewhat. So, why pay... Like, they could pay you half as much. It's a kid's show. They don't give a fuck.
Which, you mean, they can get anybody off the street to do it. Pay them just as a regular, like, above minimum wage job.
Yeah, like pretty good. You know,
just comes
35,
in here,
40 grand
reads
a year.
some shit off the thing, goes home, you know.
Because they'll have somebody there, like you read it and you're like, let's say the line says like, oh, look, that's a cool blue house. And then you're like, oh, that's a cool blue house. They're like, all right, try it like you're actually surprised. You're like, oh, look, that's a cool blue house. They're like, okay, and now more like, you're like sad. You're like, oh, look, cool blue house. You know? And it's like anybody can do it with direction. And then after like probably a couple episodes, you're like, bam, bam, bam. You know how to do it. I just feel like why pay Harlan Williams is like, shut up. Yeah. You know? But I'm saying, like, I always think that when you see a movie...
That's why Matthew Lillard isn't a millionaire, because they've, like, thought of this.
Assholes like me.
Right?
But, so, whenever you see a cartoon, and it's, like, voiced by, like, it's, like, Paul Giamatti, and, like, whatever, and you're like... I mean, I guess it gets people to come watch it, but who cares?
Like a cartoon.
Like, who cares, though?
Right?
Like, who cares who Simba's voice was? The movie would have been...
Whose voice was Simba?
I want to say it was Jonathan Tyler. What's his name?
Oh, in the cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Yeah. You said that real quick, like you were thinking about it.
Like, you're like John.
Well, I was thinking, was it Jonathan Taylor? I was like, no, that's his name on the show is Taylor. Randy Taylor. But, that's another dude.
About that.
What's that dude up to?
He don't do nothing, man.
He's like, he went to college. I think he was like a real smart guy.
Like business something, you know?
Ugh.
Yeah, no, he like wears a suit, tie. They're like, Jonathan Taylor Thomas. He's like, it's just John, man.
Because going by that is weird.
Someone's all like, you know, does the growl thing or whatever, which he hated. Supposedly he hated being on that, right? Because him and Tim didn't get along or something.
Oh, they didn't?
Yeah, I heard something about they didn't get along.
Didn't they do a movie together?
They were both like comedy in it, you know?
But wasn't he? I mean, obviously, like Tim or whatever was the star. But he was the most popular character.
I think he thought he was going to go be big something, you know?
He kind of was.
And then, like, up until his teenage years, he was doing stuff, and then...
I think he I don't think he, like, couldn't get jobs. I think he just, like, got away from entertainment. Which I don't blame him. That shit's fucked up when you're, like, a little kid. And, you know, like, for him, he was a kid. He was on, like, that show. It was the most popular show on TV for, like, a long time. He was making a fuckload of money. So he was the... like, whatever, the main breadwinner for his house. That's weird when you're, like, 10 or 11 or whatever. And then, so he has this pressure to, like, whatever. And then it's like when that comes to an end or in between, he has this pressure to, like, make it to movies and make it on this or have another show. And it's like, that's weird for a kid.
That's why he was going to Costa Rica. Because they killed him off the fucking show.
Yeah, I think he was taking breaks off.
I mean, like, he really went to Costa Rica. He might have. I don't know. He was only on the episode every once in a while. He kind of got tanner. You know what I mean?
It was always funny. He was like a real, like, dark complected, kind of like good looking kid.
He didn't fit in with the other one.
The youngest kid was this dorky fucking loser. The other one was like what bullies in 80s movies look like.
That movie was pretty cool though because I mean that show is because they had like the jock, stupid older brother, right? And then the weird gothic younger brother, and then he's just like the funny one,
funny, smart
in the middle.
one.
So that was a
Which
really
one were
good
you
show.
Growing up?
What do you mean? There's only two of us.
I know, but were you goth, athletic, or funny?
I had to be funny, I guess.
You have to pick funny because you didn't wear black lipstick and you didn't play sports.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah.
And funny's the one you want to be. Like when you're a kid, you might want to be the athlete, but looking back, like Jonathan Taylor Thomas, it's weird saying it like that. JTT.
That's what he fucking that's what I was thinking about. Like, oh, JTT.
Jonathan Thomas.
He goes and like it's fucking John.
He probably goes by like JT or something now.
He's like, you know, like Barry James Edwards. You know, he's like he's just saying the guy's name. He's like, well, it sounds weird when you say it. Like
yeah,
that.
they're like Jonathan Taylor Thomas, and he's like, it's just John. They're like, okay, John, go get us some coffee.
Yeah.
We only hired you because you were cool on the show or whatever.
Yeah.
They make him every morning be like, or whatever. He's like, I didn't even do that on the show. That was Dad or whatever. But didn't him and Tim Allen do a movie together? The one when
Yeah.
He's like from the jungle or something?
That's not the one.
Is he in that?
No, that's not the one.
They were both in that.
No.
I think you're lying.
There was another one where he like shoots an arrow or something into his tire or something though.
What?
It has nothing to do with the Jungle movie. That's a different guy.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that you're wrong.
Or whatever, that is completely a different kid. I've seen that movie a bunch. I've seen that movie a bunch, and it's not him.
It's the same kind of movie.
I don't even know if that kid is even on movies anymore, or...
What's that movie called? Into
Jungle
the Wild?
to Jungle.
Oh, yeah.
I fucking know what movie it is, and you're fucking, like, stupid. You're looking it up.
Jungle to Jungle cast. Tim Allen.
Yeah. Jonathan Taylor Thomas isn't in that. But anyways.
Sam Huntington.
Really? I told you.
He played the Jonathan Taylor Thomas part.
Yeah.
I didn't know Martin Short was in it.
They wanted JTT.
I'm starting to think I hadn't seen that movie. What was he in? What was he in? No, Martin Short.
Oh, yeah.
You know what's a good movie that you never hear people talk about? I don't know the name of it. Some people don't talk about it.
And I guess we're not either.
The one with Martin Short where he's like this weird kid.
What?
He's like a kid. And
Clifford.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the dad is the dude off of that one.
Yeah.
The dad is like a low rent. Who plays Dick on Third Rock?
Oh, yeah. I know who you're
What's his name?
I don't fucking remember.
John. Something. Anyway, the dad on there always reminded me of like a...
John Lithgow.
Yeah, if you couldn't get John Lithgow, you got this guy. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? He was like a second tier. But that movie is good, though, right? Or no? Should I watch it again or just let me think
it's good? I've seen it kind of recently.
Should I just go on thinking it's good or watch it again?
Yeah, just keep going thinking it's good. Because it's not the same. It's
all I could think was how funny it was to me, at least, as a, like,
it kind of reminds me of watching, like, Ace Ventura again now.
Yikes.
Yeah, it's not...
But I always think of that he's going to...
Because he's fucking psycho.
It's
probably like holds up better than Ace Ventura does, though.
Will I laugh when he's going to San Francisco to live with his uncle and he's like, San Francisco, open.
It is pretty funny, though. Yeah.
Like, when I was a kid, I remember thinking,
and
like,
he's running?
It's so funny that he's like, he seemed like a psycho pretending to be excited to be going there or something.
When he's got the little dinosaur?
Yes.
Right?
What was the deal, though?
Or something like that, right?
Was he a kid?
It seems like I watched it earlier.
You got Netflix going on your phone?
Dude, the dad on there was like psycho. He looked like, or not the dad, but the uncle or whatever it was. He looked fucking psycho.
But if I'm just curious. This is a question you always have to ask somebody. If you have somebody who has seen movies more recently than you.
Was there a part 2 to that?
I hope not. You have to ask them, like, should I watch it again, or can I just go on thinking it's good? Mm-hmm. Remember when we were growing up, we used to always watch the movie Mafia with Jay Moore, and we thought it was so funny. And then one day we watched it like a few years ago, and we were just like, I wish this wouldn't have happened. I want to go on thinking it was funny. Mm-hmm. We watched it again, and it just didn't hold up. Some stuff does. Mm-hmm. Tommy Boy holds up.
Boot.
We watched Tommy Boy the other day.
There's certain things you just got to remember that it's funny.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, like you remember like how funny it was then.
Yeah.
You go and watch it and you're like, it's not anymore.
You're like, eesh.
They didn't say it how I've always thought they did.
And you'll get mad at
yourself. They changed the movie. Right? Why did they change the movie since I watched it in the 90s?
And you'll get mad at yourself for having ever liked it.
Yeah.
Like I said, Tommy Boy
quoted it for so long.
Still,
I mean, quoted for 20 years.
I was at work just the other day, and somebody had they just got new boots, and he was putting those insoles on them. And he had everyone was sitting there eating lunch. Yeah. And he had his boots sitting up on this table outside that we all sit by. And I was like, boot. And nobody, obviously, none of the 60-year-old men I work with.
Shit.
But they were just like, okay. And I was just like, cracking up in my head. Because, on there, they eat boot because they're so poor. And I was just like...
Every time I hear the Macarena song, which isn't often, every time I do, I think of the
movie Mafia.
Yeah.
So if you're a Bad Vibe listener, you have to
anytime I see an ATM...
you gotta go watch Mafia. It's called Somebody's...
If I am using an ATM, I think of the whole Sorry You Lose, though.
Yeah, me too. I did another one at work a while back. It's been probably close to a year, but we had a mouse in there. And they were like, I see it. And I was like, y'all see what? And they're like, look, it's a rat. And I was like... It's a puppy.
They're like...
They were just like...
This guy's psycho, right?
They were just like... One of the guys was just like... He's like, it is pretty big, right? But I was like... I did it in an over-the-top...
Nobody got it,
in an over-the-top Italian accent. I was like, it's a puppy. But yeah, I want that movie to remain good in my head. We watched it that one day. We watched like 20 minutes of it and turned it off because we're like, I don't want this to happen. I guess I get why people say when they remake a movie from their childhood, they're like, you're going to ruin my childhood.
Remember when he's like running after the Macarena thing and he's running with that pillow?
Oh, yeah.
Right? And he's like stepping on people's heads?
Yeah. He's like stepping on people to get there to put a pillow under his dad. If you're listening to this and you're confused, go watch the movie Mafia. It's called something Mafia, but it's Jay Moore.
Something about he's named after his mom. And she's like, remember?
What is
the president of the United States? She's a girl.
She doesn't know.
Is the mom of the boy.
She doesn't know that she's the mom.
Yeah.
So it's like the opposite of
Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
That was so funny to us when we were like 10, 12, 13, whatever. I remember thinking, like, this movie is hilarious.
At the time, though, with all the stuff going out, it's just like, if you go and watch a slapstick comedy, it's going to be about things in that time period.
Well, comedy, right? A lot of times comedy
this made fun of The Godfather and stuff.
A lot of times comedy doesn't hold up.
Yeah.
So, you look at comedians that were, like, the greatest comedians of their time, and you look at some of their stuff now, and it's just like you get it, and it's, like, smart and it's well-written, but it doesn't make you laugh the way it would have.
Just like action
30
movies.
Years ago.
Oh, well, no, because
have you watched The Substitute lately?
Hold on, I was watching Lethal Weapon, the first one, earlier, just
good,
like
right?
a little bit, and I was fucking glued to it, you know.
It's not bad, except that I watched
80s.
I watched it kind of recently, like in the last few years, and I remember thinking, like, all right, I get it, he's crazy.
Yeah, but he's got
the crazy eyes, but then you find out later that he wasn't really acting. Like
in
he
the first
is crazy.
One, in the middle of the first one, that's when you realize he is just crazy.
Like,
because you think he's just acting like it at first.
No, but I mean, like, Mel Gibson is crazy.
Oh yeah, he's just psycho.
Like,
they're all like, "Hey, dude, we need you to be like a cop." Like, it's like like rough around the edges, and
like crazy and like suicidal.
I can do that, and they're like, "Hold on," they're like, "We need you to act like a crazy cop."
Did you ever hear that recorded phone call where he's talking to his girlfriend? Dude, you need to. He's just like, I don't know what she's obviously setting him up to like go psycho so she can like blackmail him or something, because she's like being way too calm for how crazy he is.
Did she say she slept with a black Jewish Jew or black? What is it that he don't like?
He doesn't like Jews. He probably don't like black people either, but he definitely.
That's why he filmed a movie where they killed one, right?
I guess.
The one. Well,
they killed Jews killed Jews.
Yeah.
It was Jew on Jew crime, just like black on black crime, except
Chewbacca.
Like, the statistics for Jew on Jew crime is done by Jews. Just like the statistics for black on black crime is done by Jews. The other day I was listening to Ari Shaffir's podcast, and he said some numbers. It was like, he's like, yeah, so I did good on like, whatever the numbers were, like 10 out of 15 or something. And he like instantly said what percentage it was. And it was kind of a tough one. I don't remember what the numbers were, but it was like, it wasn't like an easy one. Like, I did good on 3 out of 10, and it's 30%. It was a hard one, and he said it instantly. And he's like, you see that? He's like, this is that quick Jew math. He's like, don't even get your calculator out. It's always right. But I did, and it was just off the top of his head. He said some numbers and knew the percentage. I was like, damn, maybe we do need to kill all the Jews. Anybody that good with numbers, I don't trust them. So if you're listening to this, go
Hitler. I barely knew her. That was an episode, I think.
I think it was. It sounds like it would have been. That sounds like the name of one of.
And if it wasn't, no.
But Mel Gibson. So Mel Gibson,
man, he's badass.
His movies are so good.
I know. He was even that one, the Gringo or whatever. It was fucking good.
You told me, we talked about Mel Gibson like years ago on the podcast, and you were like, you gotta see the Gringo.
Yeah.
And I still haven't.
Yeah, I know.
Apocalypto's one of my favorite movies. Like,
he wasn't even in it.
No, he wasn't in it.
I was talking about he's good in movies.
But he made it. You know? But that, like, seriously, if you like gunned, people are always like, what's your top 5 favorite movies? It's so hard to pick. Like, gun to my head, I might pick Apocalypto in my top 5. It's like, I love that movie. But Mel Gibson is, like, he's crazy, like, what's his name? In Lethal Weapon.
Oh. Huh?
Martell or Griggs?
What's his name?
Riggs?
What?
Riggs.
Yeah.
Martell is the black guy.
Obviously, right?
I don't know. I think Riggs sounds more like a black name than...
Martell.
Martell?
Martell or something.
Irish? Is he black Irish? Anyway, Danny Glover's another one. Underrated actor. Is he dead?
He might be answering them phones. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe not.
But
he's probably calling it, right? Trying to get his nephew or something, right? Where's my grandson at, right?
Oh, shit. But anyway, so...
He ends up getting him like $20,000, right?
There was a tape of Mel Gibson's talking to his girlfriend. I don't remember why he's mad, but he's real mad. Like, he gets real worked up. He's like, you fucking cunt. And she's like, I'm sorry, Mel, but I just figured that's what you... You can tell it's a setup because she's being so calm. And he's like, fucking, you should have just... Like, she went... Something. She did something she wasn't supposed to. And he's like, I don't know why you didn't just come back and suck my dick like you're supposed to. And it's like, he had to be thinking as soon as that... Like, when that got released and he heard the first... Like, it's like...
He should have been like, I knew she was recording. Right? That's what you should do.
I think you should...
then why did he say those things?
No. I think if you figure it out, like, you're 20 minutes into calling her a dumb whore and all this, and you're, like, screaming on the phone, 20 minutes in, you start thinking, like, maybe this is recording, and then you'd be like, ha-ha, gotcha.
Or in the middle, you'd be like, leave a message after the right?
You gotta do something.
And that's it, then hang up.
You gotta do something.
Beep.
Or be like, and then change your voice, be like, I fucking hate you, I'll kill you. And then change your voice up a little bit and like, so what'd you think? I sound just like him, right?
Yeah.
And then you'd be like, this is Jimmy, and I've been working on my Mel Gibson thing. And maybe it's better than not doing that. If you don't do that, it's just you talking crazy about, like, wanting to kill your girlfriend. If you do that, they're like, oh, Jimmy, he's getting good.
What does he do now?
Mel Gibson? He
came out with a movie recently, kind of, right? His movies don't normally do too good because there's people who are like, I still fucking hate him.
Because he hates Jews?
You know? They're like, he does good movies, but they're like, I hate him.
The people that hate him, they're like, I won't watch his movies because I hate him. They're like, but I mean, I did watch Apocalypto.
They're like, they're on the phone, they're talking to somebody, like, I'm never going to watch his movie. Anyways, I got to go, I'm watching a movie.
Yeah.
And then push play and it's his movie.
Yeah. Remember that movie when he had, like, his face was all melted?
What?
Remember? It was, like, probably early 90s.
Oh, yeah, where he, like, someone goes over to the house and sees him. And
I think that movie kind of sucked.
Yeah. Remember the one where he's, like, from the past?
He never dies? He never gets old?
What is it? Forever Young, right? Is it?
Forever
And he starts aging very fast at the end.
Yeah.
Is it catching up to his years?
It's something like that. It's like he's from the 30s, but in the 90s he still looks young. And then, like, in 91, he looks like he's 100.
Yeah.
He looks older than how many years he is old.
Yeah.
It's like, but you're only 78, Mel, or whatever his name is. Yeah. That movie, Mel Gibson, like, I just think
Mel Gibson, right? It's not son. Right?
Yeah. I think when Mel Gibson, like, when it's all said and done, like, when he dies and they do, like, a lifetime achievement thing or whatever, it's going to be, like, undeniably, like, one of the best actors. Or whatever he is. I mean, not even actor. Like, just in that world of Hollywood, like, his movies he made were really... I mean, Braveheart? Yeah. Who doesn't like Braveheart? You know what I'm saying? Like... And that was before they found out he hated Jews or whatever. What
women want.
Yeah. Is that good, though?
Huh? Yeah,
like, is it not bad?
I mean, like, conspiracy theory. Like, I think he, like, lives that. That
was just, like, caught footage of him at home.
Like, you know how, like, they said, like Jim Carrey did the role for, what's his name?
Yeah, he got way too into the Andy Kaufman role.
He's, like, after the movie, he just took off with it. You know, Rene Russo or whatever is all like, okay, dude, it's just a fucking movie we did.
She was in it?
Ain't it her?
I don't know. I haven't seen it in so many years. But she's the one that's on Tin Cup.
Maybe it wasn't her.
It's something else. Well, I mean, probably a lot.
Did you go look it up?
No, I'm looking back at the thing.
But,
Forever Young.
You don't see enough from him anymore.
Mel Gibson?
No. Well, I mean, yeah, him too, but no,
Rene Russo?
No, from Tin Cup.
Kevin Costner?
Yeah.
He has a show.
He's like a glimpse in the Superman movies, but, I mean...
I don't watch that crap. He has a show. There's a show that he's like the star of, Yellowstone, and it's on like some channel almost nobody gets. So somehow we have it. Like, we don't have any kind of like our Dish Network package is just like kind of like a normal one, but somehow we have it. You just gotta get lucky. It's like every 10th person has that channel, but it's a pretty good show.
Dude, fucking Leonardo DiCaprio hasn't been on anything.
Is he dead?
Maybe the bear really did get him. That was the last movie he's in. All right, that's a wrap. Right? Come on, Leo.
They're like, all right, Leo.
I'm glad we saved the bear scene for the last of the movie. Right? Come on, right? A guy comes rushing in, and he's like, where'd the bear go? Right? He's like, what do you mean?
A guy shows up with a bear in a cage. Yeah. He's like, all right, here's the bear scene.
He's drinking a beer with his...
They're like, we already did it.
The bear helmet is like on the back of his head.
It's just so wild, right? Man just killed him. They're like, it looks so real.
They're like, holy shit. They're like, well, remember that one scene in Django? They're like, he just rolled with it. Yeah. He started fighting the bear.
He's such a good actor that he just let a bear kill him so he didn't ruin the shot.
Like, I think that he really thought he was going to, like, live from this.
His co-star buries him alive.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
He's just like, he's way too into his acting.
They had a stunt double go up there for his award that he won for it. Because that's the one that he won, right?
Yeah. Not even the best movie.
That was the last one he did.
I don't even think it's a top 5 movie he's ever been in.
That was the last movie he's been in.
Do you?
What?
I don't think that's like one of his best movies he's ever been in. I think they just gave him the award because it was really good and he should have got it so many times before. Mm-hmm. They just gave it. It wasn't better than The Departed. It wasn't better than Blood Diamond.
No, The Departed, he was awesome.
I don't think it was better than Titanic. I'm not even a huge Titanic fan.
Blood Diamond, yeah.
I think Titanic was a better movie than...
Yeah, yeah.
But I'll say this, though. He may have been better as Hugh Glass than he was as Jack... Whatever. Dawson. I was going to say Dorsey, and I knew that wasn't right.
Dorskin?
No, Dorsey.
That seems like
dude.
When the door slides over your toe or something.
Oh.
That's Dorskin.
This is what I was going to tell you.
Not too confused with foreskin.
If that gets slammed in a door, that's called a circumcision, I guess. I mean, it's just... dude, have you seen...
the Jew door, right?
The door's not ajar, it's a Jew. Have you seen... what's the lady's name? Captain Marvel.
Okay.
Have you seen her ass?
Marvel. Okay.
Have you seen it?
No.
Okay.
I mean...
That's her side by side with Spider-Man's ass.
What?
If you just saw this and didn't know...
You would think that's a girl.
Spider-Man has a sexy ass. She has, like, an Irish middle-aged man's ass. Like, that's crazy, right? They use butt doubles in scenes in the movie. Butt doubles. I knew that going in.
She's white.
But there's plenty of white girls with... yeah. There's plenty of white girls with nice asses. A lot, you know?
Yeah.
But I knew before the movie started that I'd heard that she had to use a butt double in some scenes or something. And so I went into it knowing that. But then when I would watch her, when she would run and stuff, she looked so unathletic. She runs all like just girly, I guess is the word. And I was like, that's somebody who isn't an athlete running. So like it makes sense. Like she's not if you got like let's say
she doesn't run around and do stuff like that, so she doesn't have like the muscle in her ass.
She doesn't she doesn't move like that. Like Wonder Woman, like she has a big like powerful body. Like you can tell she has big like legs and ass and all that. Wonder Woman. Like she looks like somebody
thinking like Scarlett Johansson.
She's got a little bit better body than
this chick.
This chick just... I liked the movie all right, Captain Marvel, but I was like... I was kind of annoyed by her. I was like, I don't buy it. I don't know. When there's a superhero thing and it looks like a pussy beating people up, it's just because of powers, I'm like, come on.
Well, I mean, she just has... Yeah, that shit just fucked with her. Which, I mean, that's like what Marvel is all about. Like, accidents happen and it's great.
But she is the... whatever, like the Superman of that universe.
Kind of.
She's the one that...
But by accident, though.
But also, I didn't like that...
Really, the Superman of that universe is Thor.
Yeah, but he's just tough.
He's from another planet. He comes down. He can fly around. He kills shit, and then he leaves. And he just comes back when they need help.
But she is the one that, like, ultimate... Like I was saying, in the Captain Marvel movie, at the end, when she, like, kind of realizes her power, it's like... whatever she needs to do, she can just do. It's like, do I need to fly? Do I need to hover here? Do I need to push this bomb back? Do I need to?
Yeah.
And that's always kind of annoying.
She just going through stuff and it's blowing up.
Yeah, I was like, I mean, I get it, I guess. But I also like that people are like, this movie's empowering to women. I'm like, is it? That women are kind of pussies and fail at everything unless some magical thing happens to them and gives them power? Because the whole point is, like, she couldn't drive good enough on her go-kart, so she fell. She couldn't climb the rope right, so she fell.
You saw this recently, right?
Yeah, last night.
I was like, God damn, you remember a lot of good scenes in it. Like, you know.
I also remember I was looking for her ass in the movie. I wanted to see a shot where it showed it, where, like, it pans from her face to her ass so it couldn't be a butt double. And, like, there's only one time it shows it good, and it's not her ass. It's clearly not hers. I think they used Spider-Man's dumper for that part. They're like, come on, we need a teenage boy ass in here.
Some black chick, right?
It would be funny if they used, like, this is a girl I know, you don't know her, but she has just, like, she has one of those asses you can, like, set a glass of water on. Like, it goes straight out and, like, just a huge round ass. If they would have used that, it's this skinny, like, kind of scrawny white girl, and then it cuts to the back, and she's got a big old fat ass. You're like, damn! That would be funny. But, like, if they were gonna make a...
That's a marvelous ass.
If they were gonna make like a spoof of that movie, that would be a way to go. Is have this skinny, scrawny white girl, and then it cuts the showing behind her, and it's just like a huge ghetto.
She's got her hands by her side, and they're black. Like, they're not even hiding it.
They let the ass double talk
Anytime you
sometimes.
see her from the back, she's got a weave.
Yeah.
She's got, like,
She's got long fingernails.
Shows to the front, she's just white.
She's just
She's got,
skinny.
like, blonde hair, you know.
She's just skinny and dorky looking like she is.
Oh, shit.
It shows her from behind. She has her hand on her head, and she's all like sassy. Sometimes she says the line.
Finger up.
Yeah.
She's rocking her finger back and forth like, oh, shit.
They're like, you gotta fight the, whatever, the Kree or whatever, I don't know, I don't want to give away the whole movie, but you gotta fight the leader of this planet. And she's like, motherfucker.
It's Captain
Hey.
Love Marvel.
Captain Marvisha or something.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, shit.
Marvisha.
But isn't it funny, though, that would be a more appealing ass to look at?
Yeah.
But they're just gonna come out, they're just basically say, like, yeah, but we want to see a pretty white face.
Yeah.
Like, what? Serena Williams, you would almost buy that a body like that could beat up some of those people.
Mm-hmm.
Brie Larson, she looks like, I guarantee you, 900 out of 900 times, me and Brie Larson fight, I'm knocking her bitch ass out. Mm-hmm. She's not tough, she doesn't look tough, she doesn't look athletic. Mm-hmm. There are girls who could probably take me. She isn't one of them. The whole movie, I'm just watching, I'm like, ugh. Like, I just think it was a terrible, like, casting call.
Mm-hmm.
There are.
When I found out she was gonna be in it, I was like, what?
She looks like a porn star on a porn you skip over. She's just like, here's what she is. She isn't ugly. She's that. She's not hot or anything like that. She isn't ugly. She doesn't have anything about her, like...
You're gonna really hate her on Endgame, then.
Is she bad?
Yeah.
Am I gonna want the game to end sooner just so I don't stop looking at her?
She's not in it very much, but
Good
yeah.
God. I like her character.
Spoiler alert. Sorry, people.
I like the character of Captain Marvel. I even like that it was a woman. Mm-hmm. I don't know why.
It was supposed to be a dude, but they thought there was too many girls, and...
Yeah, that's usually the case, unless
You
it's
know?
a gangbang. Too many girls, as you
No,
say.
I meant there was too many dude characters, and, you know?
Yeah,
so,
but
like,
they're crime fighters.
Disney went with, another girl role.
It's annoying when they try to, like, shoehorn in, like, feminist stuff in movies. But I did like... I kind of saw where...
What if Caitlyn Jenner would have been Wonder Woman?
I would have bought it.
Right, Wonder Woman? You know what I mean?
It's like, Wonder...
Because he's like, well, I already
What you wonder is what's in her pants.
you know?
But, Brie Larson, though, there's just something, like... I bought it with...
that's the beat.
Oh, shit.
But no,
don't you think,
he already
like-
won Woman of the Year. Why can't we, you know?
He could beat up the one that plays Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
For sure.
Have you seen the picture where he's wearing high heels? It's fucking ridiculous.
What
they
size
are
feet
like
does he have?
size like 14 high heels Like, it's like massive feet.
I mean,
down
he
there.
has to, like, he didn't just go to, like, JCPenney and pick those up.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's
like
not off the rack.
JC Fitty or something. Like, that's like,
I mean, where do you, like, okay, let's say, like, you order that online somewhere. It's like an online store. And somebody that works at the place, and they're, like, looking through the orders, they're like, size 16 stilettos. Like, what is this, some kind of joke?
like, I think someone put an extra one in there.
They're like,
size 6.
this is clearly a typo.
Yeah.
You know, like, size 6, like, you can't, it's like the physics of that don't work out. You know, like the Leaning Tower of Pisa?
They're like, no girl named Kate. Oh, wait. Okay. One. Right?
But you know, like the Leaning Tower of Pisa, it's like there's a structural flaw in it. And so it leans like that. It's like structurally, the size person that would be attached to a size 16 foot isn't like these they have to reinforce the heel part.
Yeah.
It can't just be, because what are heels? They're like wood or something, right?
There's like wood, and I think they have a little bit of like maybe composite or something.
His has rebar in it. It has to. He's a large man.
Yeah.
Like, what is he? Like 6'3", 6'4", like a good like 220?
That's a big dude, yeah.
225, 230 maybe?
He's maybe like close to being one of the largest females in the world now. I'm sure there's one that's like 8'10" or something.
Yeah, some kind of weird freak. But
he's next. I mean, she's next. You know what I mean? We always end up going this
we talk
route.
about Caitlyn Jenner. Like, it's interesting to me.
It's very interesting. People are like, you shouldn't be talking about that. You know, he's a woman too, or something, right?
Caitlyn Marie Jenner.
Marie?
6'2", size 13 shoes. Dude, the motherfucker is the size I'd be if I was in a little better shape. 6'2", 194, size 13 shoes. Look at this motherfucker.
God, looks like, you know, like a...
Look at giant. If you just Google Caitlyn Jenner's size and go through the pictures.
If you go back and look at that one with the long hair, it just looks like a guy from like an 80s rock star or something.
Yeah, it looks like
they wore makeup too.
It looks like an aging Sebastian Bach.
I mean, like...
Look at that neck, dude.
Yeah.
Ugh. How much would you have to be paid to fuck Caitlyn Jenner? Let me find a picture where he looks good.
It had surgery too.
If that's all, look at those hands though. I was gonna say if that's all you see, it looks like a woman.
Right?
No, I don't know what's
That's like fucking basketball hands.
I don't know what's behind the zipper. I want to know. I want to know what it is.
I don't know, dude.
Is it just a dick? Like, did the motherfucker get like the hormones pills and stuff, or just surgery to look like a chick? Because if you get on female hormones, your dick starts to get weird, right? It's like shrivel up or something. Mm-hmm. Still, the dick that dude has shriveled. He's probably hanging like 8 inches.
It's like, yeah.
It's so embarrassing. Don't look. This is
like,
a fucking piece of
what we're
meat.
gonna do is we're gonna split it in half and go it inside out, and they're like, it's just gonna be a huge vagina.
He's gonna have a big old fat pussies. Remember Robbie said that time about that girl?
No.
She was wearing volleyball shorts, and she had just like a fat pussy. I mean, there's no other way to.
Okay.
And he said it looks like somebody cut a Nerf football in half and stuffed it in the front of her shorts.
Oh shit.
Oh goddamn. But yeah. So fucking Caitlyn Jenner. I gotta go back to my fucking thing.
Caitlyn Marie.
Well,
Like, where would he come up with? You know what I mean? Like from Bruce.
It'd be funny if the name.
One of the last episodes we talked about a little boy named Bruce.
Oh yeah, Bruce.
Cruz.
Yeah, Cruz.
But Bruce, from Bruce to Caitlyn.
Well, Caitlyn's like kind of a newer, like a young. If you hear somebody's name Caitlyn, they're like 20 and under.
No.
You know, Caitlyn's in their 30s and 40s.
Caitlyn's my age, yeah.
How old are you?
I'll be 32.
Yeah, that's basically 20.
Wish. It's not.
How much, like for real, like what would you give to just be 20 again?
The other day, like Alex was saying something, my son.
You wouldn't have him anymore.
He said something about 7 or whatever, being 7 or something like that. And I was like, I wish I was 7. He's like, why not? Why not you just be 7? And I was just like, he had this weird face.
Is that new
He comes up with
generation?
things like it's his idea. Why don't I just do that?
He's from that new generation where it's like you could identify as a 7-year-old boy.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know?
Be weird.
You know, I'm like, I'm going to Catholic school. You know what I mean? Like, someone's like, whoa.
You're just getting railed by a priest.
You know?
But, I mean, really, though, like...
What was that, Father? Right. But,
it is kind of profound what he said, though, because I know he didn't mean it this way, but it's like, Well, what do you want? The carefreeness of being 7? Then be more carefree. You want the, whatever, the pick your nose and eat it of being 7? Pick your nose and eat it. Like, live your life. I think that's what he meant, or did he just think you can pick your age?
I think he just sometimes he's like, you get it? After he says something, I have no idea what he fucking says. You get it? Because he's trying to say something funny.
Yeah.
And it's not.
Kids don't understand.
16, more like 17, get it? And I'm like, what?
You're like, it would have been funnier to go younger.
I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
My son is really funny, and like Alex is too, but they don't know how to reproduce funny. They're funny off their natural personalities. But then my son will be like, just like killing, just like talking. But then he'll like, oh, I'll be funny, and he's like,
try to be funny. And
he's like, why did the chicken cross the poop? Because he just plugs. He's like, poop's funny. Okay, so just put poop and a joke
chicken's
format.
crossing for some reason.
Yeah,
poop. And
he said one day, he was like, you could tell. He's like, Daddy, I got a joke for you to say on the podcast. I was like, all right. And you could tell he didn't have a joke for me to say on the podcast. So as I was like, okay, tell me it, you could see his little wheels turning. And he's like, why did Uncle Wiz walk on the road? And I'm like, I don't know. He's like, because the poop was on his pants. And I was like, that's a good one. He's like, ha ha. But it's like, he just like, he can be so funny, but then he wanted to make,
when he wants to be funny, he don't.
Yeah, they don't know how to reproduce it. Somebody listening is like, neither do y'all.
Yeah. They're like, I'm surprised they made it 50 minutes in.
Oh shit, 50 minutes?
And 79 episodes.
To be fair, the first 20 sucked.
Yeah.
But
he's like, where's the last one? No, dude, just the other day, I think it was yesterday actually, that was when that happened, when Alex had said something about that. And because he was like running around all crazy. That's why I was like, I wish I was 7 again. Yeah. You know? Anyways, Kevin was around. And I said something, and then Alex ran off. Me and Kevin were talking about it. He's like, dude, what if you got like, you could go back, And I was like, he's like, I was like, if I could just like know what I know now,
you'd be
just go back and be like 7.
You'd be smart as fuck.
He said something, and I was like, not like to do with like lottery or like gaming or
just
like,
wisdom.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mean like playing the stock market and shit like that. Just knowing what I know now, like.
You have several years of managerial experience.
He's like, would you go back and like start working and stuff, and like mowing yards or something? Like start a business early on, like what you can do that age or what?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I would do something.
Yeah, because back then you always had.
If you have that energy,
dude.
You know what I mean?
Do you even remember that energy?
I mean, like I see Alex running around. Like we were playing basketball earlier, right? He got tired of shooting, So every time I would shoot and it would bounce off, he'd go get it and bring it to me. Well, then Crystal was playing.
the main reason to have kids.
Yeah, Crystal was playing. So then Macy came out and did the same thing. So we had 3 basketballs constantly being thrown by me or Crystal, and they were just going to get them. We never had to move.
That's the way to play.
They were running like crazy. They're probably sleeping like crazy now. But, I mean, like, they were running like crazy. And I was like, fuck, yeah.
I don't even remember that level of energy. I do remember this when I was probably 10, 11, 12, like, in that area. And I was, like, loved football, but I couldn't go to the games because, like, we didn't have money or whatever. So I would listen to the high school game on the radio, and then when it was over, me and my cousins would go play football out in front of our house. And I'm talking like hardcore, like 3 hours. Like we would go up until the wee hours of the morning. Like we'd start at like 9:30 and play until like 1:30 in the morning, and just nonstop running. And it was always me against both of them because I was like better than them, so it'd be 2-on-1. And it would just be you get tackled, you get back up, you run, and you run as fast as you can, as hard as you can for hours. I remember doing that, but I don't remember the feeling of having that energy. Your body's
subconscious, like just to get rid of energy, it makes you move.
Yes, it's and you see it in your kids. Where my son is like, I've said it before.
Wherever they're going, they're running.
Well, I've said it before. My son has so much. Like I think he has like ADD or something like that. But sometimes he has so much energy, he's almost vibrating. Like, he's sitting there trying to sit still and watch a movie, and he's just like, you can see his little fingers twitching, his like eyes going crazy, like.
And then you see the same thing through an old person, but it's because
they have Parkinson's.
That was something I said the other day. We were talking about what movies they should or shouldn't remake, right? We'll get back to the shaking kids, But anyways,
if I shook him more when he was a baby, he wouldn't be so fucking wound up.
As you knew, it was probably going to end up being Endgame is about some time travel.
What?
Yeah.
I know.
Okay. Well, we knew that's how they're going to come back. oh, all these people die. How are we gonna get them back?
You know what else we know
You
about
can
it?
only go back in time. I've already seen it.
I know. I haven't, but I know all the spoilers.
Anyway, I don't want to like ruin anything. I mean, when this comes out, it'll already been out for a week or two then. But anyways, it's about like time travel. So they brought up a lot of time travel movies in that movie, right?
Oh, really?
And one of them, after we were talking about, I was like, I really wish they would make Back to the Future again. Like, pick somebody good, go a little different with the story, but still stick kind of to it. You can't like try to remake it for what it is.
Shot for shot. Yeah,
you know, like do it like something a little bit differently, but along the same thing. You know, same name or something, or
people
or
would
at least do some like part 4, 5, and 6, and it's
people would be pissed if they did it, but it would. A lot of people would watch it, even the people that are
and everyone likes time travel. It's the fantasy of it. But I forgot where I was going with the whole thing.
Really
I started getting into the whole thing. Oh, I said something about how because there was a game. There was a game that was continued on to the series. So it was the movie 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
And then there was a game that did it like 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah.
Where you played like and I played it. It was on PlayStation 3. You played through the whole thing. You're Marty McFly, and it's his voice, right?
Yeah.
Michael J. Fox. And another one, Michael J. Fox. He goes to work somewhere, and they're like, Michael J. Fox. He's like, it's Mike, man.
It's MJ Fox.
Fucking Mike. Jonathan Taylor Thomas is like, sorry, man. They work at the same place getting coffee.
No, they don't. Michael J. Fox definitely isn't getting coffee. I don't know what he does for a living, but I know what he doesn't do for a living.
Anyways, Jonathan Taylor Thomas is holding his coffee, right? Dude, take another sip.
The idea of Michael J. Fox having a job getting coffee, they're like, the fuck, Mike? Here's your coffee, sir. He just dumps it all over their head.
All over the fucking
every
ceiling.
Single day.
Anyways.
40 hours a week, he's just dumping coffee on people.
Anyways, I said that we jumped to it a little too early. But
it's funny because I see you light up when you said it.
Yeah, I was like, fuck. But anyways, no, we started talking about it in the car coming back from the movie or whatever. And I said something about, like, I'm sure he, like, would like to be in the movie if there was one. Yeah. They could at least do, like, a CGI. You know, they're really good at CGI now. Sometimes you can't even tell it is CGI. But if they did a CGI at him, like, I don't even know if he'd be able to do it, but he's older, so I don't know how his voice would go through. But I said he'd probably be, like, shaking at the excitement. You know what I mean? Like, they tell him and he'd be...
I'd like to see them use him in the movie as, like, he's a guy that, like, got too exposed to plutonium. They're like, this could all go bad, Marty. Yeah. And he's like, see,
that guy comes
this
out,
is what could happen to you. And
Doc comes out, you know?
Is he's alive or dead?
I don't know. That's what they were saying. I think he is.
I think I've heard that he died a bunch of different times.
Yeah, but I mean, I think did Muhammad Ali die?
Yeah.
Didn't he? Right?
I feel like I should know.
I know. That's what I was like. I said that the other day, and I was like, I think he died.
I think he died recently.
Yeah, Ali. Real recently. But
I think I made a joke
him
on
and
here
Michael
one
J.
day
Fox
that I'm
are
a
like
better fighter than Ali.
They're like the two famous ones that have it, right? Like, there's no one else really like famous.
I mean, there's other. I know there's was an American professional boxer. There's actually
he used to box.
Oh yeah, that doesn't mean he's dead, right?
Yeah.
He's not still one. Anytime you see was,
like, you really do sting like a bee now. You punch real fast.
Yeah, he died in 2016.
Okay.
Dude, like, on a serious note, like one of the greatest Americans. But he's dead. He shakes. There's a boxing trainer that's kind of semi-famous for being that has it real bad. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of fighters that have it, because I guess if you, like, because Ali used to say that it wasn't from getting hit, but it's like
float like a butterfly, shake like an earthquake. Okay. Anyways,
I mean, butterflies are so like.
If there wasn't something that, when it was like another insect,
who would win in a fight?
Would shake?
Muhammad Ali towards the end, like the last couple of years, or Michael J. Fox, like about 3 years in. Like, he still has his shit together, kind of.
I mean, he's just like, you know.
I feel like Michael J. Fox would be hard to hit because he, like, moved his head a lot. He moved his head like a boxer. He was sitting there talking, like, moving his head. But
he did do that a lot. Like, he just, like...
It always seemed like, what the fuck? Like, chill out.
It always looked like he keeps looking over, but someone's in the bathroom. Like, he's sitting there, like, you know, and then he just keeps looking, and like someone's fucking in the bathroom, and the door is still locked.
That really is what he does. You remember when we used to have? We always had like we were gonna do some kind of comedy entertainment, and we were gonna do like a web show, and one of our ideas for like the pilot that never got filmed was for me to interview Michael J. Fox, but you were just gonna hold a picture of Michael J. Fox and shake it.
We were just gonna do like skits or something.
Yeah,
right?
we were gonna do that, and then our other idea.
You're just gonna be like.
You were just going to have a shaking picture. Like, it was going to cut to me, and I'm like, so, Michael, how do you, whatever. I would ask, like, straightforward questions or whatever. Yeah. And then it would like, pan over to Michael J. Fox, and it would just be a quivering picture of him. Like, fucking assholes that we were.
Yeah.
And then our other idea was to have...
I'm like, God, that would have been awesome.
Yeah.
You're talking about probably something we came up with, like, 12 years ago.
This was all, like, we kind of half-assed wrote, like, the pilot for a show we never filmed, basically. The other one was that we were going to have, and this one, I don't know if it'd be funny, but it's always been funny to me. Well, we're going to have JFK as a car salesman who specifically sells convertibles.
Yeah. All the benefits of convertibles.
He's like, well, it could possibly go wrong without a roof on your car.
Yeah.
You know? And, like, those were our ideas. Like, the fuck?
And, like, on this next one, your head's going to explode.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, those were our ideas. Like, we wrote out jokes around making fun of a president who died 40 years ago and a movie icon who is like beloved and has Parkinson's disease. Like, those were our ideas for our show and our news show, which we hope nobody ever finds.
Yeah. But anyways,
Michael J. Fox as a fucking coffee guy.
A gopher.
Yeah.
Right?
And Mike brings some coffee and fucking try to spill it this time. He's like, he would never even get any in the like all jokes aside.
Shaken, not stirred. He should work at a bar.
His only job is making martinis for James Bond.
Oh shit. Dude, I can see it, you know?
I felt like this episode at the beginning wasn't that good.
Yeah.
Because I always go about how much we laugh. But
that's pretty funny.
Shaken Not Stirred, that should probably be the title.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah.
I think that should be, that's the end of episode 70-something.
79.
79.
But yeah, anybody, I know it's been a little while that we've been doing these. And really, third time you sang today. On the podcast. I don't know how many times you sang
all day at home.
I call, I'm like, hey, we're gonna do a podcast. You're like singing.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of anything to do.
I'm like, it's been a while. For some reason I keep singing that. Since I don't know what comes after it's been a while.
You're like, oh no, but pretty soon we will.
Oh shit. Yeah, so if you're listening to this and you enjoy it, tell all your friends. And go and give us on iTunes the Bad Vibe podcast, I guess. What? The Bad Vibe podcast. Anyway, go on iTunes and leave us reviews and 5-star rankings or whatever. And yeah, because that's the one thing that helps us out the most. Telling your friends, I think, is probably the best thing you can do.
Yeah. If you think it's something funny and you know somebody that you think that would like it or whatever.
If you're friends with Michael Jackson, Michael J. Fox,
someone might hate it. That's also good too.
I'm sure. Yeah, because anything.
Someone that wants to cuss us out while they're listening to us laughing about Michael J. Fox shaking.
Yeah, but I feel like that's pretty that's not so hardcore, really. A lot of people make jokes about it.
Or if we offended you about the church raising too much money.
They did raise too much money.
But anyways.
Yeah, go and reviews and shit like that.
Go shake up some coffee. All right. Okay.
Well, it was funny because you weren't even trying to make a joke. You were just like, yeah, like if Michael J. Fox worked there getting coffee. And as soon as you said it, I was like trying to make the joke.
Well, you mentioned earlier with John Taylor Thomas.
Yeah.
Getting coffee.
But I saw you like,
he's going to work for them. Both three named,
Oh, that's so good. I can't get out of my head the idea of Michael J. Fox being like an intern somewhere and they're like, Mike, All right, you know, he wants 2 creams, he wants 2 sugars. He comes back, it's just fucking, just a fucking destroyed office.
His shirt's like fucking
So he's got 3rd-degree burns over his whole body. Everybody,
like, Mike, just stop. Fucking go to the bathroom already. All week you've been like this.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, go.
I think you have a problem.
Go check out. What is it called?
All right, son, just park it. Oh.
Yeah, go and leave us some reviews and rankings, and go watch Doc Hollywood to pay respects to Michael J.
I want to see that now. All right. Anyways, y'all, this has been episode 79. Check us out in a week.
1 week.
And another one will come out. All right. As always, if you're listening to this, you are the bad vibe.